Stepping from our ordinary world into the fantastical, Immersive XP explores the weird and wonderful imaginations behind a diverse range of themed experiences. From virtual reality to escape rooms to live-action roleplay, nothing is off the table. We'll take a deep dive into what makes these adventures worth attending and which ones to avoid. Join me on a journey to explore the extraordinary and meet the people who make dreams a reality. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Immersive XP. I'm Taylor Forge, your non-binary host based in Southern California, seamstress by trade, silly little guy by trauma. Favorite weapon of choice, a flail. Fun fact of the week. The largest Renaissance fair in the United States is the Texas Ren Fest, hosted since 1974 in October and November. The festival takes place on 55 acres of land with over 500,000 people passing through each year. With over 21 stages for performances and over 400 vendors, you could definitely get lost in the world. Unlike many immersive events, you also have the rare opportunity to camp on site. Wake up in the morning ready for the festival, and there's no need to worry about a designated driver after a long day of drinking mead. Tickets just went on sale, so if the biggest Renaissance fair sounds like the time of your life, now is the time to check it out. This week's episode is a passive XP, which is any experience with a low barrier to entry and little to no interaction required. You can be part of history by attending the original Renaissance Pleasure Faire located in Irwindale, California. What makes this fair so special? Well, it was the first Renaissance fair in the world, starting in the year 1963 for children and families to learn about history in a more interactive and fun way. While the location has moved a couple times since it began, it now hosts over 200,000 people every year at the Santa Fe River Dam Recreation Area. Structures are built each year in preparation for the fair, so there is some variance in its appearance and layout. The Pleasure Fair runs through the middle of April until the middle of May on Saturdays and Sundays only. So, what can you do at the fair? Enough to fill multiple days if you so desire. There's something for everyone of all ages, ranging from kids, games, and crafts to 18-plus shows for those who enjoy body humor. A lot of the original intent for the fair to teach is still a major factor to this day. Multiple historical guilds and artisans show off traditional Renaissance garb, blacksmithing, combat, jewelry, and much more. If you're looking for a more historically accurate event, though, this may not be the stop for you. To stay up to date with current trends, lots of fantasy films and role-playing games like Dungeons & Dragons have had a huge influence on the fair's current appearance, shops, and food options. You can still walk around with the classic turkey leg if you so desire, but American-style barbecue is right next door. You can also see both stunning noble court costumes as Queen Elizabeth hosts the jousting tournament, while also admiring fey creatures that wander the fairgrounds, much to children's delight. I started attending the Pleasure Fair in 2010, and even in the past 15 years, a lot has changed. Some for the better and some for, well, you decide. One of the largest improvements is the higher inclusivity in the performers and the artisans. Another is that almost everywhere now takes card payments. While cash is still preferred and will make things a lot quicker, you no longer have to worry about how much cash you need to pull out ahead of time. One of the fun additions to the fair is the themed weekends. If you need a little more inspiration for what to wear, some of the days have themes. I attended this year on Pirates Weekend, which means you'll see a lot more pirate-inspired attire among patrons, and there are additional activities like hunting for treasure. Additional themes include Cottagecore Weekend for those who fancy a more whimsical experience, and RenCon Weekend, which lets you cosplay anything you like, and has convention-style panels and a costume contest. Themes do occasionally change from year to year, so make sure to check out the website to see what you want to make time for. One of the other main events you'll want to sign up for ahead of time is the pub crawl. Have you ever wanted to be part of a very excited mob and led through the town to try as many alcoholic beverages as possible? This one is for you! I've never personally done it here at this fair, but many friends have and had an absolute blast. The group is also very hard to miss as the pub crawl leaders hold giant banners and part the sea of people for the pub crawl attendees to stumble around. Honestly, there's so much to do at the fair that it's hard to summarize it all down to a listenable time frame. For me, I like to dress up in costumes that I've made and see people from all the social circles in one place. I love catching up and meeting new people as well. For most people, a typical day depends on your age and what you hope to gain from attending. Those with kids are likely to focus on the kids' kingdom for fun crafts you can take home, turtle races, and maybe some shows. You can also pick up a map with gnome locations at guest services to find hidden gnomes all over the fair. Once you've found 15, you can turn it in for a certificate, and you can buy an exclusive pin at the souvenir shop. Every year, there's a new design. Both kids and adults can participate, so it's a fun activity for everyone. For those who are looking for unique wares and clothing, there are hundreds of shops who sell pottery, artwork, wands, weapons, pewter pieces, woodworking, specialty teas, skirts, leatherwork, and so much more. Most vendors hand make their work and come from all over the US to take part in this yearly event. While a lot of shops are here every year, there's sure to be something new that you've never seen before. For those who are much more interested in relaxing and watching shows, a list of times and stage locations are available. You can see acrobatics, jousts, fire spinning, music, dance, comedy, magic, and more. Not all shows are for all ages though, so make sure to keep an eye out for the rated R signs to let you know where your kids aren't supposed to go. For the adventurers out there, plenty of activities and carnival games are throughout. Test your strength, try your hand at archery, and how are your axe throwing skills? There's an opportunity to have a very different day at the Pleasure Fair, so that's why so many people like me attend yearly. Things I like. You don't have to spend any money past the ticket price in order to have a good day. There are so many performances and events that you enjoy at no additional cost. You are welcome to bring in your own water, snacks, and small foods. While you cannot bring in coolers or full meals into the Renaissance Fair, there's a beautiful park in the Santa Fe River Dam that you can enjoy full meals from home. You can also come and go from the entrance if you need to grab things from your car or eat at the park. There is so much you can do that you can do solo, go on a date, or attend with a group. Personally, I've gone with a large group each year, but it can be pretty hectic. I recommend one buddy so it's easier to move through crowds and have someone to talk to while you wait in line. This is a great opportunity to get gifts that you can't find anywhere else. People have been perfecting their craft for years, so you can get quality work from passionate artisans. One of my personal favorite booths is the pewter booth, which sells $8 pins that are made on the spot. The performances are going to be some of the most unique parts of the fair. With fan favorites returning and new talent each year, there's bound to be something you'll fancy. The joust is one of the must-see events at the fair. They have multiple showings all day with a continuous storyline. I personally love seeing the horses and the Lady of Chivalry, but the knights I guess aren't too shabby. The last show before closing is going to be the most thrilling, but I won't spoil what happens. Also, the joust is different every time, so it's fun for both newbies and returning visitors. Things that I didn't like. The Renaissance Fair is honestly one of the most exhausting events I attend all year. Lots of walking on dusty roads, direct sunlight with little to no shade, and long lines often give me a migraine with a full day of recovery needed after. While the website has listed food locations with vegetarian, vegan, and gluten-free options, the reality is that there's not a lot listed. There's also plenty of room for cross-contamination with food allergies, so it's less safe for many people. While a seemingly silly complaint, almost all the alcohol stands have switched to mostly hard seltzers. You used to be able to have multiple mead and cider options, but now there are very few locations that actually serve them. Those with better options have super long lines, and it just doesn't feel worth it. Like most places, you're not allowed to bring your own alcoholic beverages, so something feels a little off putting a mango cart in my beautifully crafted pewter mug. Unfortunately, the Renaissance Pleasure Faire is extremely inaccessible. The parking lot is a bumpy dirt road that I've almost tripped on multiple times. Even the drop-off and pickup location is far and difficult to navigate. The entire site is all dirt, hay, and dry brush. Seating options are limited and not comfortable at all. You will likely be sitting on a hay bale during performances, and they're first come, first serve. Finding a place to eat will likely be on the ground, and if you're lucky, you'll find a shady spot. The fair is also overwhelming with crowds, sights, and sounds. Again, it is also not very safe for people with major allergies. The one thing that the fair has going for it is that there are ASL interpreters at almost all the live performances. They are very much part of the show and add a lot with their expertise. As for the price, tickets for children are $25 and adults $48 with online ticket fees. It is slightly cheaper if you buy day of, but you will have to wait in a long line. They also run discounts during Black Friday and other holidays if you know you'll be attending ahead of time. Luckily, you can use your ticket any day during the season. You can also purchase a season pass, which lets you go every day for $250. Parking is $12, so carpooling is definitely recommended. When it comes to everything at the fair, from food to wares, expect to pay amusement park prices. You can easily spend over $100 on food and drinks alone per person. I find a lot of value in the Renaissance Fair, but for many people, the prices may dissuade them from attending. It is still fun to try it at least once in your life. As for personal recommendations, while costumes are not required, it is very much encouraged and a lot of fun. If you want, you can also rent costumes at the entrance. There are many options available that are lovingly made by the costuming staff. If you see something you want to buy, get it right away. Most of the items are one of a kind and you may be unable to find the booth later. It can sometimes feel like a labyrinth when there are so many crowds. Make sure to arrive early. My friends and I arrive at 9 a.m., which is an hour before the fair opens at 10 a.m. Even at that time, you can expect a 15-minute line just to park. We have breakfast and drinks in the parking lot, which makes it a good time to discuss plans. The later you arrive, the longer the car line will be. I have definitely waited in a line just to park for over an hour in previous years. For any of the jousts, plan to arrive 30 minutes to an hour beforehand so you can sit in the shade. If you arrive too late, you'll be turned away. The last joust of the day is at 5 p.m. and is the most crowded, so plan to arrive no later than 4 p.m. If you don't plan to attend the 5 p.m. joust, leaving around 5:30 p.m. is the best time to head out so you don't have to wait in long car lines to leave the fair that closes at 7 p.m. Overall, the original Renaissance Pleasure Faire is a fun yearly tradition that will likely outlive us all. If you can't make it this year, there's always next time. There are so many other Ren fairs across the world I would love to visit someday. Attending this one for 15 years holds a special place in my heart. Until next time, cost time is collected. Check out our website, immersivexps.com, to join our free Ko-fi, which will have visuals and additional content of the immersive experiences discussed in each episode. If you are an immersive experience artist or creator, no matter how small, consider contacting us so you can take part on a future podcast. This podcast is recorded and produced by SoCal Podcast Studio in Orange County. Thanks for listening. 18+ shows for those who enjoy more body humor. That's not how you say humor. Why did I say it like that? 18+ shows for those who enjoy more body humor. Why did I say it again? Oh my god!